The War of the Mind. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Win Pillow Talk. It's you here. Today, we're starting a new series called War of the Mind. This entails self-esteem, self-love, and self-discipline. But today, we're going to talk about self-esteem. The manual of life I read reminds me that we're beautifully and wonderfully made in the image of God. If that is true, why then do we suffer from low self-esteem, you may wonder. I have come to realize and believe that the world we live in was created by words. And God said, let there be, and there was. If we understand the power of the spoken words, we'll be careful what comes out of our mouth. The manual of life goes to remind me that let no evil communication, corrupt communication come out of your mouth. So there is nothing in the atmosphere like I was joking with this word or I wasn't joking with that word. It goes to plant. They're all seeds that you've planted and they will grow in one form or another. People suffer from low self-esteem because they were either bullied when they were young or when they were older. Words were spoken towards them. You're ugly, you're not beautiful enough, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're good for nothing. I wish you were not in this environment. I wish you were not even on earth. I wish you die. And people start to believe that about themselves. And it drives them in a dark place. Low self-esteem will come about when you're discriminated. You're that person at work where lower junior staffs are promoted and you're expected to give them the training for the position. But you will not be offered the position. You're that person where you're asking for overtime, they'll turn you down, but they're giving other people overtime. You're that person where you ask for favors. You refuse favors, but other friends, they offer them favors. And you start to wonder about you. You start to self-doubt yourself, and it brings you in a dark corner. Low self-esteem will come about when you suffer from financial difficulties. You've lost your job, you don't have savings. But people around you are saying all the negative. Oh, go and look for a job. Your friends are getting a job, why can't you get one? And you've been struggling and struggling and nothing seems to move. And the pressure you're under from other people. Oh, you're useless, you're good for nothing. And you start to believe it and you start to self-doubt yourself. And it drives you in a dark place. Low self-esteem can come when your relationship is failing. And words are spoken during that time. Oh, you're not good enough. I wish I had not been with you. I wish I had somebody else. You were a mistake. Getting either in a relationship with you was a mistake. Knowing you was a mistake. And you start to believe it. And it drives you in a dark place. Low self-esteem comes about when the worries of life and the stresses of life. You're in a group where all your friends seem to have boyfriends, girlfriends, and you're the odd one out. And you're not sure why. You cannot do or you cannot pull women or men. And you're wondering, is it that you're not pretty enough or is it that you're not good enough? And words had been spoken in the past in your life. And you start to believe them at this point. You're that person where your colleagues are having jobs thrown left, right, and center. But you cannot secure one. You cannot even have one. And you start to self-doubt your own ability, your know-how. You know, low self-esteem, I'm not talking about some of us who will come. You have your days when you don't even want to talk to anybody. You just want a quiet moment, a reflective time, a me time, and then you snap out of it. No, I'm talking about those who stay longer than a me time. And because they're in there, they don't even know how to come out of it. You know, I suffered a bit from low self-esteem when I lost my job. I've always been a contractor, headhunted. I was very good at what I did, and I earned a decent amount of money, very decent amount of money. And after losing my dad, I thought I should take a break. And then the economic fell into recession, and contractors were not being employed anymore. I started applying and nothing was happening. At this point, I was with my mom, came to visit. She was my one champion. At my quiet points, when she see me crying, she'll be like, "Don't cry. You'll get something by the grace of God. God will open a door for you." She encouraged me. I'll go for secret interviews to surprise people at home and I'll still not get it. And I look at myself, I say, I never went for interviews because I was headhunted, because I knew I was good at what I did. And then my mom passes away, my one biggest champion and fan. Okay, I'm getting in more darkness. And at this point, after dressing my mother up twice, the pictures I had, I could not remember my mother anymore, but all I could remember was her lying on the slate and me dressing her up. I lost all memories about my mom. For about 8 to 1 year, 5 months, I was in this dark place. The people around me couldn't really help me because they didn't even know. I couldn't help myself. I didn't even know how to help myself from the dark hole. I did everything okay, but inside of me, I was dark. I wasn't there. My home couldn't help me. They didn't even know how to help me. And my mother was the one who made me walk more intimately with God. And so I remembered a scripture that I'd read before in the past. Cast all your cares onto me. So you may wonder, how did you then get out of it? The first point is acknowledge that yes, I don't have a job. Yes, I feel like crap. Yes, I feel low. Yes, I'm doubting myself. Next thing, you take action. What can I do to get myself out of it? Yeah, you know you don't have, so what do? You don't just stay there. What do? You take action. Own your pain. Say, this is what I'm going through, but I will not allow this pain kill me. I will kill this pain. I remember then what my mother was telling me. She says, you are a woman carried with wisdom. God will one day open a door for you. I held and those thoughts kept on playing on my mind. I didn't know how. And at this point, I remember the young daughters of mine who passed through my home, who always commended me from the wisdom and the direction I'd given them that has helped them in life and how other people could benefit from. But then I had another thought coming in mind. If you were good enough, you prayed, your mother still passed away. If you were good enough, she wouldn't die. If you were good enough, you have a job by now. If you were good enough, so you're useless, you're no good, you're this. Everything around me was failing me. And then I remembered, cast your cares onto me because I care for you. I went and I thought, okay, I accepted. I was thinking how I started with me, right? I needed to start back with me. What do I like about me? I remember most of my friends always like to comment me about, oh, Viv, you have beautiful eyes. So I stand on the mirror in the morning, I'll say, this girl, your eyes are beautiful, or you're pretty. This eye is sexy. I'll give all the adjectives, all the beautiful adjectives that I can think of. And I'll laugh at myself so much. After that, I'll look at doing something for somebody else. Either through a phone call, because I was at home at this point, still believing and looking for a job. But then picked up my manual of life and started on it. And then I realized we're all created for a reason and for a purpose. Let no situation, let no words that people have spoken to you derail you. When I read the manual of life, it reminded me that it's not what somebody has spoken to you that will derail you. Actually, it's what comes out of you. I started removing all the negativity, all the negative words that they've spoken around me. I replaced them with what I wanted, not what somebody was saying, but what I wanted. And the more I became a blessing to somebody, the more I felt so blessed. The more I felt so like I had a purpose to help, a purpose to be wealthy. And I know I'm not there yet. I'm expected to be a billionaire, so I'm working to get there. I'll get there one day and you will know, you know. So I started being principled. I started living a purposed life. Why was I created for? We're all created with a gift in this generation to be a blessing. So what are you doing with your gift? Yes, you can stay in the darkness. We live in a dark world anyway, and darkness will cloud your gift, or you can remove your gift from the darkness and bring yourself into the light and let the light shine upon you and bring out the gift from within by supporting and helping one another. Forget about yourself for 1 minute. Look for somebody to help who would not even pay back, who you're not expecting anything in return, and see the glow on somebody's face, just even an advice, a direction. It'll bless you. It'll make you see your self-worth. Yes, there is a gift in you in that darkness. Allow the light to shine upon you. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Each day you get up, look at yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself one thing you love about you. Dig deep, you must see something that you love. And that day, live purposefully. Go out and tell yourself, you know what, I will bless somebody today, even if it's just a compliment. If just giving compliments to people, oh, I love your hair, oh, I love your eyes, oh, I love the dress you're wearing, I love the color, I love your lipsticks, I love the way you shaped your eyebrows. And see their faces light up. It would be a blessing to you. And the last point I had to face was my personal integrity. It wasn't up for sale. Yes, I knew people had said horrible things about me. People spoken a lot of negativity about me. I could then say, you know what, I'm going to revenge. But God said, revenge is all mine. Leave it with me. So people might look at you and say, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're desperate, you're whatever they want to, the adjectives they can throw on you. Allow God to do your revenge for you. Because none of us know what's waiting for us around the corner. And that's a beautiful thing about life. Because you can plan all you want. If God is not in that plan, it's just a matter of time. It will come tumbling down. If you put God as center, half of the things we say, we wouldn't say them. Half of the things we do against one another, we would not do them. And so what we'll do, we'll try to bring the best out of each person, not the worst. You will try to pour the light out of people and not darkness. For you and I to do that, we need to dig deep within yourself. Ask yourself what is coming out from your mouth. Because out of the abundance of your heart, your mouth will speak. If your mouth is speaking too much negativity, dig deep within you. Ask yourself, work on you. Learn to love as we look at self-love next week. Think deep. Look deep. Push away the darkness. You are a light. You are a light. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Stay with us. Check our website. Follow us on social media. And do not forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.